Welcome to Collab Theory. I'm Anamelia.
And I'm Kill Miami, and you're tuned into Collab Theory. This here is a singer called Anamelia. She makes electronic R&B.
Yeah, and this is Kill Miami, and he makes funk.
Smell your perfume lingering on my skin. I'm on my way home and I feel like you're with me. Forever once more your touch filling me. Kisses so sweet.
So first time I heard your music, I think properly was when I heard your and Wonder track. Since day one. I was going to say since one day.
Since one day. It could be with Wonder on the track still.
Yeah, since one day. But yeah, so that was kind of the first time I listened to your stuff properly. And then just browse through that, through your library of stuff. But yeah, you're just sick.
So the first time I heard Anamelia's music, I was impressed by the vocal range, but I kind of thought that she was lacking in her beats. Like I felt like I could add something new that she maybe doesn't have from the previous tracks that she'd worked on. But I definitely saw a lot of potential in what she was doing, and I felt like she was ready to go on to the next level. Which is hopefully what I'm going to bring to the table.
I've got loads of beats on my laptop, but I think I don't have the experience of messing around with frequencies and like getting my tones right. That's what I'm struggling with at the moment. But yeah, I want to make my own beats because there's so many melodies in my head.
My kind of background a lot of the time is working with rappers and hip hop artists, and there's certain techniques that you put into those kind of tracks that sometimes producers don't really apply to singers. And I think through having that experience that I've got, then I can add that kind of trappy flavour but with a singer, and kind of create something new with it. So I think that's something that I can really bring into this session and kind of have the 808s popping like it's a trap song, even though it's more of a lo-fi kind of experience, but still having that heavy element in there is something that I always kind of try and apply to my music. So I think that's something that I can bring to the table with this one.
I think this process, every time I'm in the studio with whether that's new people or making just a new project, I'm just like so curious of learning. I mean, maybe if I actually sit next to you and like ask you questions, then I'll learn new things.
Definitely, man. So stuff that's kind of straightforward as well that you won't really expect, man. Like, once you kind of get yourself behind the basics of production, it's not actually as hard as it seems. It's just getting them first kind of basics right, which took me like 5 years to get. And then once you got them down, then it's just building on from that, really.
Yeah.
I work with a lot of artists in the studio, but not that regularly, to be totally honest. Like I kind of make beats on my own and produce on my own. So it's nice to like link with an artist in the studio and have them there to kind of advise me on the kind of sound that they want, rather than just me putting my own sauce on things and then sending you the beat. With this project, I feel like it's a real collaboration in between us both, into getting what we both want out of it. So then she's adding her touch as well as me adding mine. For me personally, I think collaboration is important because I think no matter what you're doing in life, it's all about learning. And not only in the music industry, in whatever industry you're in, if you're collaborating with someone, there's something you're going to learn off that person. So for me, collaborations are always a chance of learning something new and kind of someone bringing their own flavour, man, because everyone's got different backgrounds, everyone's got different experiences and different like techniques or whatever that they've learned. So then when you fuse them together, you get like a whole different sound, which I think is very important in pushing music forward.
Yeah, no, I agree. You learn from other people so much. You learn what you like, you learn what you don't like, and you get inspired more with being in the room with other people.
So I just got back from London doing some sessions down there with a couple of session musicians. One of them is called a very talented pianist called Nick, who plays in the orchestra in London. And we did a session recording some piano kind of loops. I just played through a couple of them, and like within a minute of me playing the loops, I think we found one that we wanted to start with. So then that was kind of the basic start of the track, and then from there kind of building drums on top of it, building counter melodies, and then progressing from there into the structure of the track.
Yeah, it's pretty mad because like it's been an hour, and I think the beat's pretty much there structured.
Yeah.
And it's just mad because the drums and everything, again, you've just put them exactly what my vision in my head was, even though I didn't tell you. It just ended up being it. So
good minds think alike.
yeah, literally. So it's different. My songwriting process is different every time. Today, yeah, Phil Kill Miami was just doing the beat, making the beat, and I was sat on the couch and just writing off the top of my head whatever was coming to my mind. So that's kind of where I went with it today. I've done so many songs in the past where I think I've tried everything. I've worked with other people. I've done top lines where people have given me songs, and I just kind of adapted them to my own way. I usually write on my own. A lot of the times it used to be while travelling, I'd write like stories while I'm in public, travelling, whatever. And yeah, it's mostly to do with like my experience and emotions. Yeah, I think I'm always and all about like blue and purple colours. So that's just something like a side of me that I want incorporated in the visuals. And again, like just certain things in the beat that I can see, like sprinkles and like, yeah, I can see it, but I can't explain it.
Yeah, I'll definitely say the same. I mean, it's kind of more lo-fi, so it's not going to be like some crazy pie visuals, but I think the colour scheme is definitely going to be important with it, and I can definitely see some kind of blues and purples. For me personally, like I'm never really that involved in the visual process of just being a producer, so it's good for me to kind of be in the forefront this time. So it'd be good to experiment with that. But yeah, I also agree with the sparkles. I think there's a harp in there which kind of adds like a sparkly kind of effect. But for me, it's definitely going to be more down tempo. You know, not too overly casted. There's not going to be like 15,000 extras and all that. Like.
My name is Ellis. I am a director based in Manchester, and I've been shooting music videos, fashion, promo and ads for the last 5 years.
Smell your perfume lingering on my skin. I'm on my way home and I feel like you're with me. Forever once more your touch filling me. Kisses so sweet, ain't no fantasy. Don't be